For our project, we have a locally hosted Flask API. Here is an example of a model in the database. This is for the stores. This is an example of the schema file. This is meant for the serialization of the data as it's converted to JSON. Here is a file that outlines the endpoints in Flask. This is also where we make SQLAlchemy calls to our database. Currently, our Flask API and database are hosted locally. When you open the app, you are met with the login page. You can also sign up for a new account, or you can reset your password for an existing account. For now, we will use a demo account for the sake of quick testing. Once you log in, you're greeted with the active list page. This is a table view of all your lists that are not currently completed. You have the ability to delete lists in this table view as well as editing their name. You can create new lists, which allow you to either build from a new list entirely or from a previous list. In this case, we'll build from a previous list. And it will populate in the active list table. In the detailed list view, your list is sorted into stores and items. Stores are table view headers, and these are custom table view cells. If you want to add a store, you can also add items. Stores are collapsible if you only want to view one store, and other portions can be rather long. You can also filter out items based on whether they are unpurchased or not. You can edit an item's name as well as the quantity. You can also delete items or delete stores entirely. Once every item on a list has been checked off, the list is now recognized as old in the eyes of the API and will no longer appear on the active list table. If I were to try to create a new list now, you can see my favorite things once again there. And the items are back, as well as their quantity.